Hey guys, as you see, I don't have my webcam not working, guys. I said on Saturday, but I'm using my laptop's webcam. But she can see a whole bigger view of my room with this webcam. So this is A with an RON, Aaron Entertainment, bringing you It's All About Wrestling, episode 11. I believe my 11th episode of this show. And I'm going to keep doing this show forever and forever, to 1,000. It'll take me, I don't know how many years. But I'm going to keep doing this show for a very long time. Now, so we got some huge news yesterday. First topic, guys, huge news. You know the Wrestlemanias, the next 3 Wrestlemanias are going to be set. I'm going to bring it up on screen for you guys. Wait just a minute. I'm going to bring it up on a screen for you guys. No. Here, I'll bring it up IGN for you guys. Hey! Oh, wait. Hey, man. Hey, Jobber. How are you? So, let's go through, IGN. Make it big for you guys to see. So, as we know, the WrestleMania this year has been pushed back a couple weeks to April 11th, and it's going to be 2 nights, 10th and 11th of April. Taking place at, we don't know yet, but it looks like it's taking place at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, where the Super Bowl is this year. That's where the Super Bowl is being played. And then, hopefully in 38, we get a full crowd. WrestleMania 38 will take place Sunday, April 3rd at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. That's where 2016's WrestleMania took place. Are you sure? Yeah, that's correct. For a second there, I thought WrestleMania 31 was there, but WrestleMania 31 was in Santa Clara, with California. And then at WrestleMania 39, we'll go to Hollywood at Sophie Stadium, where the Rams and Chargers place. This is originally planned for this year's WrestleMania, but you know what happened. So its plans got changed, and it'll be 2 years from now. It'll be at Los Angeles WrestleMania Hollywood, which I'm not surprised. They kind of owe it to them, right? I expect SummerSlam to be in Boston at some point. They kind of owe it to Boston for SummerSlam. So the next 3 WrestleManias. See, no word intended. They want to have a crowd, some sort of crowd for WrestleMania, WrestleMania 37. But it'll be like, if they have a crowd, it will not be full capacity. It'll be like maybe 20 to 25%. But that's up to WWE. They'll make that decision. And I don't know what they're gonna do to Thunderdome. If baseball starts in April, I don't know what they're gonna do to Thunderdome. Where they're gonna possibly play in. Thank you, throwback. Possibly play in the Thunderdome. I don't know where they could play. I know they have the Performance Center as a backup. It's a backup, so that's good for them. But if not, I assume if they don't want to use a Performance Center. I know it's probably quite obvious they don't want to use a Performance Center. But if they have no choice, because if Tampa Bay Lightning are still playing, they might have no choice. If the Raptors are going to still play in Tampa, they may have no choice. Devil Rays, the Rays, obviously gonna use Tropicana. I don't know what choice they have. Orlando Magic, NBA. Maybe when the Magic done their season, if they don't make the playoffs, they can use Orlando again in after. But I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna do to Thunderdome once April rolls around. I mean, of course they got a performance center, as I said a couple times, but they might have to use like the Capital Wrestling Center for NXT. They may force them to use it like that. And you know something, guys? Earlier in the day, I have to admit, I wasn't feeling all that great. No, it's not what you think, guys. It's just my stomach. But I'm fine now. I feel a little better. Feel better. Feel much better now. Talking to you guys. I guess I got things on my mind, but I feel a little better now. Deshaun. They won, my boy Deshaun. They're talking about having WrestleMania in Vegas in the next 5 years. So, look up. 2024. I'm going to bet you right now. 2024, 3 years from now, WrestleMania will be in Vegas. They're looking at capacity, maybe like for football, maybe 20 to 25%. I don't know if that's confirmed. Things could change by then, but right now it's a possibility. But you never know. Like, it's 3 months away, right? So things could change. Hopefully for the better. But they were for basketball and hockey for a little bit, but decided not to. Decided not to do the early February 5th, I believe, and then they're going to make a decision then. Because the Raptors, who were playing in Tampa, had fans for the first few games, and then they decided not to for until February 5th, I believe, and make a decision there. Same with the Tampa Bay Lightning in NHL. Football, yeah, they had fans. NFL, they're planning to have fans for the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl in what? 3 weeks. 3 weeks. They're planning to have fans there. So it's quite possible, yes. Quite possible. I don't for Super Bowl. Any sports. But I don't know, things could change. It's really up to the ownership and of the teams and stuff, and up to WWE. So I'm gonna remove that, get back to me. And I said this, I think Vegas will get I do think Vegas will get a WrestleMania. Possibly in 2024. So this is my opinion, guys. This is my opinion for Vegas. But we know where the next WrestleManias are set. Raymond Jones Stadium in Tampa, AT&T Park in Dallas, and Sophie Field in LA for the next 3 years. Things could change. It's official now, but things could change. Yeah, they're playing. Yeah, yes, they are. Super Bowl's gonna have fans, and there's not gonna be fans next week in Tampa because they're playing in Green Bay, so there won't be fans for the Buccaneer games. But yes, I think there's gonna be fans. They're not gonna be close, obviously. They're gonna be spread out because it's a football stadium, right? You can spread them out about 60,000 capacity, so you can spread them out. So yes, I think there will be fans. They're just gotta be very careful. Very careful. There's just a Lightning and the Raptors, or they're playing in the arena, had fans, but decided not to have fans till February 5th, and they're gonna make a decision then to have, if they're gonna want to have fans in. The Raptors were having 3,800 fans attend the game. Now not anymore, and we'll see, guys. We'll see if they have fans. We'll see. Sorry, I'm on my phone. We'll see, guys, if they have fans. Let's go to the weekly review of WWE. Starting with Raw, WWE, AEW. Let's talk Impact first. So I didn't watch Impact Hard to Kill, but I know what happened. And I didn't watch the Fightful show. The reason I didn't watch Hard to Kill is because I was watching basketball and hockey on TV, so I didn't watch the wrestling. But, you know, obviously Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers would beat Rich Swann, Moose, Chris Sabin. Obviously that was going to happen. Deonna Purrazzo defeated Taya Valkyrie. It looks like Taya Valkyrie may be on her way out. What else is there? Who else is there? Tasha Steele and Kiera Hogan became tag team champions for the women's. Oh, Matt Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder, made his Impact debut. Has no contract, but so is appearance based. But the big news is Matt Satan officially retired from wrestling. Also, new commentary team of Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown. Yeah, Ethan Page is done. They had a cinematic match with Ethan Page, the Karate Man versus Ethan Page or something. So yeah, Ethan Page is definitely done. Taya Valkyrie might be done. Massive Wayne we know is done. Now they got to set up Omega versus Rich Swann for a singles match. That's what they got to do. Either on AEW television or Impact television. The next pay-per-view is Rebellion, I believe, in April. So they got 3 months to build there. So, yes, Matt Cardona. Better know Zack Ryder is an Impact. Will he team up with Brian Myers? That's the question. Will they? I don't know. Okay, so let's go WWE Raw. So this Raw was a little different. Most of the time there was double matches, right? Some wrestlers had to wrestle 2 matches. Matt Riddle, Lashley loses to Lashley, loses MVP. It's always going to lead to a match between Riddle and Lashley made a Royal Rumble. Even though you have a match at Royal Rumble, you can still be in a Royal Rumble match. It's happened before, so look for that to happen. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax once again beat up Sexy Muscle friends Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. Nothing different there. Nothing really different. Or is it? I don't know. I forget. What else happens? Let's see. I'm not going to talk about the main event. That's going to be a little bit later. Jeff Hardy took on Elias. Lost to Jackson Riker. Then beat Elias. Okay. Again, nothing. The one thing that got a lot of people talking was Ric Flair is turned heel against his daughter, and some sort of a fair relationship is building up with Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans got the win right against Charlotte because of distraction by Ric Flair. So Ric Flair's looks like some sort of affair with Lacey Evans, and people did not like this. It's creepy and stuff. Yes. All I know is just one thing announced for Raw. We're gonna have Alexa Bliss versus Asuka tonight. That's all I know. Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. I'll mention that a little bit later. And the Ric Flair and Lacey Evans is creepy. Charlotte Flair obviously not happy. And then like last year, the WWE highlighted that Lacey Evans Bayley feud highlighted the family of Lacey Evans with her daughter and husband. Now they're having an affair with Ric Flair. You see how I'm getting at here, guys? This does not look Lacey Evans look good. No, it makes I know it's not wrestling is not real, blah blah blah. But it still doesn't make her look good because they used her real life relationship with her husband and daughter in a storyline last year. But now they're making it look like she's flirting or getting in a relationship with a 70-year-old man, father of her opponent, just to get to get the best of Flair. And Ric Flair's gonna be on Raw tonight. Nobody likes this. It's creepy. Remember how people are creeped out with Buddy Murphy? Or Murphy was dating Aaliyah? Well, yeah, this is even creepier. Because this makes Lacey Evans look like a gold digger. She's much younger than Flair, and Flair is obviously like in the 60s or 70s. This makes Lacey Evans look like a gold digger. Not just a gold digger, but a cheating wife. And also makes her not look like a good role model and make her not look like a good role model in front of her daughter. Exactly. It's just that the only difference is Aaliyah's really young, but if Lacey Evans like 30 years younger than Flair, 40 years younger, yeah, that's what exactly they're doing. Exactly what they're doing on Raw. It's just they haven't made up. They haven't. It's just typical Raw, guys. Typical Vince. I don't mind. It's just Ric Flair's getting the best of her daughter. They said 2 weeks Raw, Charlotte was angry with Ric Flair. Basically told him to get out, leave me. I don't need you. Then they kind of made up on Raw talk, and then last week, Flair distracts his daughter, Lacey Evans, and gets in some sort of relationship with Lacey Evans. Now he's getting back at his daughter for being a bitch to him. And what does this do? Does this help Lacey Evans at all? No. Certainly doesn't help Ric Flair. And it certainly doesn't help Charlotte Flair. It doesn't help her at all. And Asuka wasn't there, but even though Asuka was backstage, we didn't know. We all thought maybe, possibly, but she was backstage. So we have New Day. Kofi Kingston's is injured with a jaw injury. Like a lot of people getting jaw injuries lately. So Xavier Woods took on T-Bar, member of Retribution. T-Bar got the win. I'm surprised, but I think it's the right move here. Xavier Woods doesn't need. Xavier was one of those guys, a good worker, but he's a tag team guy. In a singles match, you need to get T-Bar. Like, I don't think, T-Bar's Dijak, but I think his character hurts him. I think getting Dijak back as old character, getting the hair, get the hair back, get rid of that tattoo on his face, the Retribution would definitely help him, because this is making him look like a joke. I mean, all Retribution makes him look like a joke. I mean, Mustafa Ali, of course. He's good on the mic, but his group is a joke. Slapjack, well, we haven't seen him much, so we don't know what's gonna be. He's probably more of a jobber type. Me and him, like Dijak, or me and him, aka Reckoning. Like Dijak has been used on NXT. We know who she is. We know what she can do, and we could clearly see her. And he even said a couple of times during her matches, like the referee said, Mia Yim instead of Reckoning. And see, not even the referee's taking her seriously. And we see what she can do in NXT, and we see what Dijak can do in NXT. It's not fair. It's not right. They're hurting them. They should. Mia Yim could be useful to the Raw division's women's roster, but not with this. If they want to make her strong, have her have a strong heel as Mia Yim, have a few of possible women in the women's division like Asuka, Charlotte Flair, I don't know. Women like that, don't have her in Retribution. But right now, Retribution is surviving somehow. And apparently Mustafa Ali might have some backstage heat based on one of his promos on Raw talk when you talk about the piping noise. I can understand why you might have feet. You shouldn't, even though you shouldn't mention that. But I think it's great if you did. Have talk like that. Talk like that. Even but I think it's great. What else do we got here? Well, it was worth mentioning. Okay, Keith Lee and Sheamus, they look like they're on good terms. They had a tag team match against Miz and Morrison. They won, and all of a sudden, they were celebrating, and they go to commercial break, and then all of a sudden we get back from commercial break. They were arguing, fighting with each other, and then they had a match. Keith Lee wins, and then they sort out and then they embrace each other. I'm like, what the hell is going on with these two? One thing a minute they're arguing, another minute they're against each other. Then they team up. They seem to get on the same page. Then they fight with each other again. And then when one of them wins, they seem to get along with each other. What is this? They're going back and forth with Keith Lee and Sheamus. I don't know what is this. When they're forming a tag team. I don't know what's going on with these two. It really doesn't make sense. I know Drew McIntyre's trying to play Peacemaker, but he's mixing it with Goldberg. Goldberg, I think, could probably make a promo from his home or something to respond to Drew. We saw Drew in the Jumbotron. He confirmed his COVID stuff. Yeah. I agree, man. It was really stupid. I agree. What else is on Raw that's worth anything? Okay, we'll get to the main story of Raw. So we got Triple H coming down in the ring. We all know why Triple H is here. He's just to give something for Raw to do. It's a one-time thing. Guarantee it's a one-time thing. Randy Orton comes down. Triple H says he's a businessman. He's not a wrestler anymore. Randy Orton says something provocative about his wife and behind his wife. About him hiding behind his wife and his balls. His wife has balls. You know what I mean? He's a coward. So Triple H punches him. So they're going to have a match tonight. The thing is, we get to the main event. It wasn't really a match because there was like 5 to 7 minutes left in the show. It was more of a brawl between the two. So they didn't really do any moves to each other. They battled with weapons and stuff. Outside the ring, Triple H's sledgehammer. When the show ends with getting it, the show goes dark. Fiend, from the Fiend. Triple H's sledgehammer was on fire. Right? It goes dark. Was burning. It goes dark. Lights were up. We see Alexa Bliss in the corner, and Triple H is gone. Alexa Bliss in the corner. We see Randy Orton looking at Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss goes like this, or something like this. I don't know. And all of a sudden shoots a fireball in Randy Orton's face. Of course, Randy Orton is struggling on the ground. He got shot in the fire. But here's the thing. Apparently, this is shot before the show, right? So this part wasn't live. Apparently, during the Triple H match, that part was live. Apparently, there was some blood or something during that match. But when the Alexa Bliss stuff happened, people noticed it's all gone and stuff. So that's how you could clearly tell that it was taped beforehand. The Triple H Randy Orton brawl, I guess you could call it. That the Alexa Bliss was firing a fireball into Randy Orton's face. That was taped beforehand. Like the Randy Orton versus Fiend match, TLC. I believe it was taped beforehand too. I'm sorry. And that's Raw. Say what you want to say about Raw, guys. We all know it's not a good show. We'll see what happens tonight. Asuka versus Alexa Bliss on Raw tonight. I think that's all I know so far. Let's get to Wednesday. So Wednesday's show, I kind of focused more on NXT. I don't know why. I have AEW on, but I did watch some Leafs hockey game. That's why I didn't watch much AEW because I switched channels back and forth. NXT, since we don't get it live on Canada, I can watch it on my computer on Wednesday. So I'm going to focus on NXT first and then talk about AEW a bit what I saw and missed. Okay. So NXT. We started with Shotzi Blackheart versus Candice LeRae. Looks like it might be a payoff to the match. Good match. Candice LeRae got the win. And then we see backstage that Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell are going to enter as a tag team for the Women's Tag Team Dusty Classic. And then later in the night, Shotzi Blackheart was being interviewed. She's going to enter the Classic too. But her partner is going to be Ember Moon. So that's 2 teams. You got 2 more announced teams. The teams, a team I would never suspect. I mean, I didn't suspect Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon teaming up. But this other team I didn't suspect it'd be teaming up. Mercedes Martinez and Tony Storm. I didn't expect this team to be teamed up. They were just announced, but I didn't expect this team to be a team. These 2 to be a team. And we got another team, Team Ninja, Casey Calzero, and Kaden Carter. So 4 teams have been announced for the Women's Tag Team bracket tournament, Dusty Classic tournament. We'll probably get 4 more announced today. Raquel and Dakota, but it looks like Raquel, they might be focusing Raquel on a single career for her. So the men's, we got, Imperium, Scamina, Breezango, Grizzle, the Young Veterans, Everrise, Austin Theory, and Johnny Gargano, Dillian Kane, and Drake Maverick. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. A lot of them. Yeah, that's true, man. Guess they have to, right? They have to find 8 teams, right? So they have to make up some random teams. And what else happened to NXT? Oh, you know what? The fight paid match is happening this week between Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa. The Ray is Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory with Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Looks like they're building up with Kel Gonzalez as a singles wrestler. I mean, why not? She beat 3 champions, right, in the past couple months. Rhea Ripley, Ember Moon, and Io Shirai. Why not? Build her up. You know how big that is? I'm saying, build her up for a title match. But Io Shirai has Tony Storm in one corner, Mercedes Martinez in one corner. Now, Raquel Gonzalez in another corner. I wouldn't be surprised if her next match is not a singles match for the title. I wouldn't be surprised. It could be a triple threat. It could be a fatal 4. I wouldn't be surprised if her next match is not a singles match for the NXT Women's title. Oh, Kushida, definitely Kushida is next in line for the North American Championship against Gargano. It's a change, right? It's good. NXT ended with the Undisputed Era and Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, Pete Dunne. Unless you're not done with them. I mean, Pat McAfee obviously doesn't need to come back very often. Maybe once every 3 or 4 months. What else happened on NXT? Man, I forgot. I said I watched it more. Of course, Damon Priest and Rhea Ripley weren't there because they signed their injuries from this week before. Raquel Gonzalez and Damon Priest are going to get caught up most likely. We don't know where. Damon Priest is rumored to go to Raw now. And Rhea Ripley, I don't know. I think she's going to Raw too. Damon Priest is rumored to go to SmackDown and move to Raw. I don't know. I think he's better on SmackDown, but not in the rumor mill where he's maybe getting involved with the Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns storyline. Maybe getting involved in Intercontinental Championship storyline or something like feud with Big E. If he took his debuts on SmackDown, have him heel, they go against Big E or something like Corbin. I don't know. Sami Zayn. I don't know. He has a face. Maybe we do well on Raw. You could reunite her feud with Charlotte, Shayna Baszler. Oh, okay, thank you. Shayna Baszler, have her feud with Asuka, whatever. Nia Jax. Can you imagine we would have been knocking down Nia Jax? Oh yes, yes, thank you for reminding me. MSK debut. If you don't know who MSK are, MSK were two former members of the Rascals in Impact. I believe it was Miguel. Was it Miguel? No, Trey Wentz and Desmond Xavier, right? It was Trey Wentz and Desmond Xavier. Miguel's not in NXT. I'm correct. Am I correct, Jobber? Because I think that's who they are. Who made a debut for MSK? That's the former members of Rascals. If you don't know of Impact, look it up. There's just two members of Rascals. They used to have skits. Have you ever watched the show, the '70s show? With Eric Foreman had Topher Grace, Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher. In the '70s show, they would have them all. They would have all same circle, all smoking weed, all high and stuff. That's the skits. What they do, they parody those skits from the '70s show into. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Parody show. Oh, so. Okay, it's Miguel then. Miguel's in NXT. Okay, thank you. Miguel and Desmond. So in Impact they parody the '70s show skits when they're all sitting in a circle and all high. That's what they did in Impact. Two of them were here, but all three of them would do a parody of that. Sometimes a special guest and they had Moose in sometimes, whatever. That's what they did in Impact. If you watch Impact, like I do sometimes, I watch it a lot in 19, but I don't know. It's hard to watch wrestling on a computer sometimes. Yes, that's who MSK is. And obviously NXT fans, if they're in the crowd, they would get a real crowd, not the ones in the audience. They would get a huge reaction. I don't know what's happening with Trey, but maybe they'll get him in. MSK, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna win the tournament, but they should at least get to the finals or something. That's Impact. AEW, I didn't watch much because of the Leafs game. I'm a hockey, Toronto Maple Leafs. I know it's the second. I'm going to talk about what I saw. So Sting got involved, right? Got a little bit of action in time. Got some physical contact. Well, not with his hands. He didn't do a death drop or anything like that. But he used his bat on Ricky Starks. He finally used his. He got physical. How about Darby Allin? We saw Cody Rhodes is on Britt Baker's show backstage. Jade Cargill gets involved, and you see Red Velvet pop and stand up to Jade Cargill. I'm like, Jade Cargill is a beast compared to her. She's like, Jade Cargill's taut, and she's stacked too, man. You can see her abs and stuff. And Red Velvet, yeah, I'm like, yeah. We don't know how good of a wrestler Jade Cargill is, but oof, she's intimidating. And they got involved with the woman held him back. Red Velvet was fighting in Brandy Rhodes' honor. We know. So we had Kenny Omega in a 6-man tag team match with Good Brothers made their debut. He mentioned his best friends on the mic or something like that. And he didn't. And they mentioned the Good Brothers. It was the Good Brothers, and the Young Bucks were backstage with a questionable look on their face. So even though they all celebrated last week by ending the show by doing the Too Sweet, the Bullet Club stuff, it looks like Young Bucks are a little reluctant about this. Still unsure, not sure about this. So Moxley comes out all alone. People come out. Young Bucks come out, try to reason with Moxley, and then Pentagon and Ray Phoenix super kick the Young Bucks. So there's a lot of dysfunctional stuff going around. Omega exits and stuff. So there's a lot of things going on with that storyline with the Elite, with the Good Brothers, Omega, and Young Bucks. There's eternal conflict between those. Their sake. So it looks like Moxley's gonna get a rematch at some point with Omega. Omega will probably retain. Okay. What else happened in AEW? Oh. Taya Courtney lost this. Was it Taya Courtney lost? Sheeta, I think, right? I don't know. I forget. Of course. Dark Order. Dark Order is being interviewed backstage. Adam Page is there celebrating with them. They have a match. I forget what else because I didn't watch it much. Let's get to SmackDown, guys. SmackDown. We start off with Roman Reigns in the ring. He clearly got what he wanted, right? He has a match with Adam Pearce. And Roman Reigns, Adam Pearce. The contract stuff, they have to sign the contract. But they didn't do like a traditional contract signing at the first. I'll get to the main. Okay, I'll talk about the end. Adam Pearce signs the contract at the end, and this is last segment. No. Start off the show. Shinsuke had a match with Jey Uso. There was Jey Uso. Remember, Shinsuke is a face here. If you notice his theme music, there's no lyrics, no Japanese lyrics being played. So that means he's officially a face. He beats Jey Uso, but Cesaro is being interviewed in the commentary. He's still in Shinsuke's corner. I wonder what's gonna happen because a little bit later, Cesaro was backstage with Daniel Bryan, Otis, and Chad Gable doing squats, doing warm-ups. Cesaro still talking like a heel, confronted Daniel Bryan about this. You think this is working? Stuff like that. What Chad and Otis is doing. They can still have a match, right? I'll talk about that later. So Shinsuke won. So they're gonna be some contract signing between Adam Pearce, Roman Reigns. We'll get to that later because it's a main segment. During the show, it happens. King Corbin versus Mysterio. King Corbin wins. I think it's the right thing to do. No Aliyah, no Murphy. What else is there? What happened to SmackDown? What else? Sasha, Carmella's with regional. Carmella's talking like what she usually does. And then also Sasha Banks appears in. Says, "You want a title match? I'll tell you what." Sasha Banks Carmella wants a title match. Sasha Banks challenges her servant, Regional. What is it? I'm gonna call him Meggie or something. I'm gonna call him Meggie to a match next week. So we're gonna have a gender match, intergender match, I guess. And it looks like they have Sasha Banks and Carmella Royal Rumble once again. It's okay. It'll be probably the last, right? It'll probably the end of the feud at Royal Rumble. Sasha Banks will retain. I'll make my predictions next week. Now we have Bailey having her own show now, her own talk show now, called Ding Dong Hello. She has a door, and she has a sign on the door that says Ding Dong Hello. She opens the door, and she's dressed like in a nice costume, like she's going to work. Outfit, she's going to work. And his glasses. She looks like Aunt Pam, some people would say. She looks like a librarian, and she looks better in librarian than Leva Bates in Avalon from AEW, because they wear a tie and a suit. Tell me, have you seen a librarian wear a tie and a suit? Tell me one librarian who wears a tie and a suit. Where Bailey looks like a real librarian, because I've seen librarians dressed like that, or teachers. Librarians and teachers dressed like that. And so Bianca Belair comes in and they talk, and then Bailey challenges Bianca Belair to a triathlon match. Obstacle course or something like that, right? I think it's obstacle course, not triathlon, an obstacle course. Kind of like Sami Zayn did to Bobby Lashley 2 years ago. They're playing to Bianca Belair's strengths here because she's a freak athlete, right? She truly is a freak athlete. Now we got Apollo Crews in the match with Sami Zayn. I think Apollo's Sami Zayn. Big E had a couch. Apollo Crews was meeting with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. Apollo Crews might turn heel because on Talking Smack, Paul Heyman was talking to Apollo Crews about how he's determination, how he could do that, how Apollo Crews needs to do this, do that, and Apollo Crews is taking in information from Paul Heyman, and it might lead to something down the line. It might lead to Apollo Crews heel turn. Apollo Crews beat Sami Zayn. Big E was watching on a couch. Alright. Cesaro had a match with Dalmar. Cesaro won. Surprisingly, Cesaro won. It's a good match. Those two could put on a good match any day of the week, man. Any day of the week. And it'll be a good match. And the main event, the segment went on. Adam Pearce signed the contract. And Adam Pearce, it was a last man standing match. I think they signed for Ding Dong Hello. It was a last man standing match or something like that, right? Adam Pearce is faking his injury. Says, "Oh, I haven't really signed." And all of a sudden, I can name a replacement. All of a sudden, Kevin Owens music hits, and Kevin Owens walks out. He signs the contract, so Royal Rumble is going to be Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. I think it's a last man standing match. Jobber, if you can confirm, tell me if it's a last man standing match, please. So it's Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble. Thank God this was happening. The Adam Pearce thing was just a red herring, meaning it was a stuffing in place, but it was not the real plan. It was not the real idea, not the real thing about this. But was so it's Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns once again in the Royal Rumble. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for confirming. Yes, I believe. Yes, thank you. It is the last man standing match. Man, I wonder who's gonna get involved. What if Jamie comes back and gets involved? Jamie could come back very soon, right? This year sometime. Sorry. So that was basically SmackDown. I didn't see SmackDown talk though. I should have. What other topics are happening today? I mean, let me check. So Kofi Kingston revealed he had successful jaw surgery. Yeah, thank you. So maybe we'll get involved in that match. Be a perfect time. Get both Usos. SmackDown can use more tag teams. And the thing is Cesaro going to turn on Shinsuke because Shinsuke is clearly a face, or is Cesaro going to join Shinsuke and become a face tag team? You could potentially have Street Profits, Ziggler and Rude, Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura, and eventually said it could be in Usos, and maybe King Corbin's. I forgot what Corbin's court. Those two guys, Cutler and Blake. 5 teams. Yeah, I think it's January. I know it's 2021, early 2021, but yeah. So I said, Kofi Kingston had successful jaw surgery, and so Xavier Rhodes might go single for a while. Maybe that's why they lost the tag team titles on TLC. I don't know. Her business is really strong. I think what this has really done, her business really made Bobby Lashley somebody who could win the WWE Championship one day. But Drew McIntyre is going to keep that title for a long time. She's never lost to the Orton Hell in a Cell, but what can you do with WWE? You know, they make a lot of bonehead decisions. But I don't think I know some people are saying like I wouldn't put it past them if they lose this title to Goldberg or Royal Rumble. I'm not one of those people in this situation. I mean, I didn't believe he would lose it to beat the Fiend. I didn't think the Fiend would lose to Goldberg. But the rumors were at the time the Fiend and John Cena possibly having a match. So they eventually were going to lose it because John Cena is not winning the title. That was last year. So that's why he lost it to Goldberg and Roman Reigns was going to win the title. Either it's because last year the premature rumors is Roman Reigns and the Fiend at WrestleMania. But they changed that over the year last year to Fiend and Cena and Goldberg and Reigns. That's why Fiend lost the title. Bad decision, agree. And that's why Goldberg and Reigns was supposed to be a title match when Roman Reigns pulled out and Goldberg lost the title to the Universal title to Braun Strowman. That's the only reason it happened, guys. That stuff happened. And I don't think it's the same situation here. I think, and I hope most of you agree with me, that Drew McIntyre retains at Royal Rumble. And whoever wins the Royal Rumble could challenge for the title, either title, the one on SmackDown or one on Raw. But we're only 2 weeks away from the Royal Rumble, right, guys? Well, actually, for 13 days, but still, if you round it, it's 2 weeks. And then after that, NXT, the next NXT pay-per-view is February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, they should name it NXT St. Valentine's Day Massacre. After the 99 pay-per-view before the WrestleMania, we had that's when Big Show, aka the Giant from WCW, made his WWE debut by throwing Austin through the cage, allowing Austin to win, getting a title shot at the Rock at WrestleMania. Remember, because Vince McMahon won a Royal Rumble in '99, getting number 1 title shot at WrestleMania, but Big Show cost Vince McMahon the match the cage match at St. Valentine's Day Massacre in '99. Awesome. So I hope they call it by NXT St. Valentine's Day Massacre. And then we're getting Fastlane back, but before that we're getting Elimination Chamber, and that's moved up a week from the 28th to the 21st in February. So Elimination Chamber is happening a week after the NXT pay-per-view, and then Fastlane is reported coming back this year. I believe March 31st. Could be wrong, but March 31st. So we're 4 days after the original plans for WrestleMania. I mean, if everything was normal, WrestleMania would have gone as planned, but they're moving it back. So yeah. That's the pay-per-view plans for WWE. I'm just checking something. Yeah, so if you want to ask me any questions, Jobber, go ahead. Because I'm willing to I'm willing to stay for 5-10 more minutes. I really have nothing else to say. Besides that, the Raw preview, all I know is Asuka is facing Alexa Bliss. And I'll check right now if there's any more stuff for WWE for Raw tonight. And Jobber, I really appreciate that you come on my streams and talk and talk and post stuff. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Fastlane is a waste of time. It's only what, 2 or 3 weeks before WrestleMania. I agree. Why just have it? See, Elimination Chamber's been moved up a week to February 21st. Why just have Fastlane? I think I agree. You must agree with me. Elimination Chamber, even though it's not a big time pay per view, it's a bigger pay per view than Fastlane. So would you agree with me that Fastlane should be like 2 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks after, maybe 3 weeks after Elimination Chamber? Then we could build up five weeks to WrestleMania, 5 or 6 weeks to WrestleMania. Like they're doing the Royal Rumble. Look at the TLC, man. Royal Rumble was scheduled. They scheduled Royal Rumble 6 weeks after TLC. They should move up Fastlane because the 31st of March. It's only 2 or 3 weeks to WrestleMania. Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you, Jobber, man. I agree with you. So yeah, so Asuka's going 1-on-1 with Alexa Bliss tonight. Has been confirmed. Nothing else has been confirmed tonight. Yeah, cause that'll probably be more stuff WWE announces on the Twitter as the show ends. This usually happens maybe 2 or 3 hours before the Raw starts. They'll probably have more matches and segments announced. So only one thing has been announced for Raw: Alexa Bliss versus Asuka, and it's not a title. It's not a title match, so that's good. That's what happens on Raw for tonight. NXT, there is an NXT preview. As I said for my NXT weekly review for the NXT portion of the show, Tommaso Ciampa and Timmy Thatcher's Fight Pits match is happening this week. Remember, it's been cancelled on on New Year's Eve. Evil. So it got postponed or delayed to this week. So it's gonna happen this Wednesday. It's because of a fake injury Timmy Thatcher. It was not a real injury Timmy Thatcher had. And you know what? Before I end this, I watched New Japan the first show on the road in the beginning yesterday. It looks like Sonata. It looks like Sonata. Oh yeah, it looks like Sonata is going to challenge Kota Ibushi for. It's the next line to challenge Kota Ibushi for both titles. The New Japan World Heavyweight title and the New Japan Intercontinental title. There's a Sonata is the next in line for that. That's what the story looks like it's going for the new beginning, the road to new beginning. And it looks like Okada is going to start something with Evil of Bullet Club. That's what it looks like it's starting. Well, which game in basketball? I mean, it may not be that prominent. I kind of let's see. It depends who's playing. Let's see. Well, they got the Bucks and Nets. The Bucks and Nets. WWE going up against Bucks and Nets as possible. Bucks and Nets are 7:30. WWE definitely be going for about an hour and a half to 45 minutes during that game, because that game will end about 9:30, 10 o'clock. So you're possibly right about that, because that's a huge game. Harden versus Durant, and Giannis. That's definitely for that game for sure. Warriors and Lakers. Yep, possibly at 10 o'clock. So yeah, those two games most likely will keep the eyes on the NBA over competing with WWE with the segments, because you know WWE always puts their top segments during the tops. They want to have the top segments, especially on a day when there's a huge sporting event, right at the beginning of the hour or something. That's what they do. They try to compete their segments, the top segments, with the top sporting event right at the hour. That's why Raw didn't do good last week in ratings because it was going up a huge college football game. Ohio State versus Alabama. And we all knew it was gonna happen that way. I'll be right back too. I gotta wipe something and then I'm gonna end it, guys. Yeah. Ironically, the SmackDown after TLC, after the football game between the Saints and Minnesota, the SmackDown had its best ratings of the year with the cage match in Owens and Reigns. So, no different there. But usually when there's a big time game or going on, or is not a big time game per se in terms of a championship game or something like that, or Monday Night Football game, but we have a matchup like the Nets and Bucks, Harden, Durant, no Kyrie, but you got Giannis too. Yeah, I agree. And then later tonight you got Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Yeah, I agree with you. So guys, as it can be end of my show, I hope you enjoyed. Thursday, it's all about the pop, 3 p.m. or 2 or 3 p.m. Saturday, Why We Love Sports, episode 13 is Saturday. Be looking for that. 3 p.m. Check out Fightful. They're going to have a Raw post show tonight. Distraction tomorrow. But the Distraction on Tuesday is going to be now on the Fightful Gaming Twitch channel. Check that out. Check out Throwback Show tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. I might be on it. Check out Warren Hayes' show. He does a preview for Raw, AEW, NXT, and SmackDown every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And he has his own show on Thursdays at 9 o'clock. Check that out. Distraction on Thursdays, Distraction on Saturdays. Check that out, guys. And watch your listener boy on Fightful's channel at 3 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. So, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Comment down below. And also, if you watch this video, if you watch this live stream later, comment down below. Thank you and have a good day, guys. And yes, get a better webcam. My webcam broke. Don't worry.